Abate. Means to become less in amount, intensity, or severity, or to make something less intense or severe. Sentence, the storm began to abate, and the heavy rain subsided into a drizzle. Aberrant. Meaning deviating from what is normal, typical, or expected, often in an unacceptable way. Sentence, the doctor was concerned about the aberrant growth in the patient's body. Abhor. Meaning to hate a way of behaving or thinking, often because you think it is not moral. Sentence, most decent people abhor corruption in government. Abridge. Meaning to reduce the length or scope of something, such as a book or a film, while keeping its essential elements. Sentence, it was abridged from the original work. Acumen. Meaning skill in making correct decisions and judgments in a particular subject, such as business or politics. Sentence, her sharp business acumen quickly identified a profitable opportunity. Adroit. Meaning being very skillful, quick, and clever in one's actions, movements, or thoughts. Sentence, an adroit technician can expertly manage delicate tasks. Aesthetic. Meaning relating to beauty and art, or having a sense of beauty and good taste. Sentence, the aesthetic appeal of the sunset was undeniable. Alacrity. Meaning a cheerful readiness, eagerness, or liveliness in action. Sentence, people volunteered for tasks with alacrity and confidence. Allude. Meaning to make a casual or indirect reference to something, rather than mentioning it directly. Sentence, my mother always alludes to the fact that I'm behind on my grades in school. Ambiguous. Meaning, describes something that has more than one possible interpretation, is unclear, or is of uncertain nature. Sentence, when instructions or statements are ambiguous, people don't know exactly what to do or understand them clearly. Ambivalent. Meaning, describes having simultaneous conflicting or mixed feelings, beliefs, or attitudes towards someone or something. Sentence, she seems to feel ambivalent about her new job. Amiable. Meaning, having a friendly, pleasant, and good-natured personality. Sentence, the friendly atmosphere of the gathering was perfectly amiable. Anomaly. Meaning, is something that deviates from what is normal, expected, or usual, acting as an exception, irregularity, or peculiarity. Sentence, a quiet person in a very loud family can be described as an anomaly. Antithesis. Meaning, refers to the exact opposite of something or the opposition between two things. Sentence, her passion for adventure was the very antithesis of her brother's quiet, home-loving nature. Apathetic. Meaning, describing a person showing no interest, enthusiasm, or emotion towards something, often something important. Sentence, the illness made her apathetic and unwilling to meet people. Aplomb. Meaning, describing confident, poised, and self-assured behavior, particularly in difficult or challenging situations. Sentence, the negotiator handled the tense situation with complete aplomb. Arduous. Meaning, involving or requiring a lot of effort, energy, or strain. Sentence, the task required considerable mental effort. Articulate. Meaning, it describes someone or something that expresses thoughts and feelings clearly and effectively. Sentence, he was so furious he could barely articulate a word. Ascertain. Meaning, is to find out or learn something for certain, often through investigation, inquiry, or examination. Sentence, the fire department was unable to ascertain the cause of the fire. Astute. Meaning, having or showing keen practical intelligence, insight, and shrewdness in understanding situations and people, often to one's advantage. Sentence, an astute observer will notice the subtle changes in the political climate. Audacious. Meaning, extremely bold, daring, and willing to take risks, or shockingly defiant of convention or propriety. Sentence, a person might have an audacious vision for the future, meaning a highly original and bold outlook. Austere. Meaning, describes something that is plain, severe, and without decoration or luxury, or a person who is strict, stern, and self-disciplined. Sentence, the monk lived a deliberately austere life, focusing only on spiritual devotion and basic necessities. Avarice. Meaning is an extreme and reprehensible greed for wealth and material possessions, or a powerful desire to accumulate more than one needs or deserves. Sentence: avarice can lead people to make poor choices in pursuit of wealth. Awe. Meaning is an overwhelming feeling of respect, wonder, and sometimes fear, inspired by something grand, powerful, or sublime. Sentence: she whispered in awe at the magnificent view of the mountains. Banal. Meaning extremely ordinary, lacking originality, and therefore boring or uninteresting. Sentence: someone making banal remarks about the weather. Benevolent. Meaning kindly, friendly, and well-disposed, often with a desire to do good or help others. Sentence: a benevolent organization is one that provides help and aid to others, not for profit. Benign. Meaning kind and gentle, or not harmful. Sentence: you would never have guessed his intentions from the benign expression on his face. Berate. Meaning someone is to criticize or scold them severely and angrily, often with harsh words and a prolonged, forceful delivery, to express strong disapproval of their behavior or actions. Sentence: the principal may berate students for being disrespectful. Brevity. Meaning the quality of being short or concise in expression, or the quality of lasting for a short time. Sentence: despite its brevity, the film had a powerful emotional impact. Burgeon. Meaning to grow or develop rapidly. Sentence: after the rainy season, the wildflowers began to burgeon in the meadow. Cacophony. Meaning is a loud, harsh, and unpleasant mixture of sounds, or a discordant combination of words or speech sounds. Sentence: the classroom fell into a cacophony of noise as the students began to talk all at once. Candor. Meaning refers to the quality of being open, honest, and straightforward in attitude and speech, especially when dealing with difficult or embarrassing subjects. Sentence: she appreciated his candor, even when his words were difficult to accept. Capricious. Meaning describes someone or something characterized by sudden, unpredictable changes in attitude, behavior, or action, often driven by impulse or whim. Sentence: a capricious person or thing is hard to forecast or anticipate. Caustic. Meaning describes something that burns or destroys organic tissue through chemical action, such as strong acids or bases. Sentence: he was known for his caustic wit, which he often used to mock his opponents. Censure. Meaning to express formal and strong disapproval, either as a strong criticism or as an act of criticizing. Sentence: she was censured for her incompetent handling of the situation. Chastise. Meaning to severely criticize someone for doing something wrong, or, in an older sense, to physically punish them. Sentence: he was chastised by his father for his poor behavior. Clandestine. Meaning kept secret or done secretly, often because it is illicit, unauthorized, or for subversion or deception. It's Sentence: their clandestine relationship was kept hidden from everyone in their social circle. Clemency. Meaning refers to leniency or mercy shown toward an offender, often by reducing their punishment or pardoning their crime. Sentence: his lawyer filed an appeal for clemency to avoid a jail term. Coerce. Meaning to force or persuade someone to do something against their will, typically by using threats, intimidation, or authority. Sentence: they were coerced into negotiating a settlement. Cogent. Meaning powerfully persuasive, well-reasoned, and clearly expressed, particularly when referring to an argument, reason, or idea. Sentence: she made a cogent argument for improving early childhood education. Cohesive. Meaning forming a unified, well-connected whole where all parts fit together and stick together effectively. Sentence: the team worked as a cohesive unit, supporting each other. Colloquial. Meaning describes informal, conversational language, like phrases used with friends. Sentence: the book was filled with colloquial asides that made it feel more personal. Complacent. Meaning being too satisfied with yourself or your situation to feel the need for change, often with unawareness of potential dangers or defects. Sentence, she urged the public not to become complacent in their efforts to stop the spread of the disease. Concise. Meaning: expressing a great deal in few words, giving only necessary information, and being clear and brief without unnecessary words. Sentence, the committee decided to vote is more concise than a decision to vote was made by the committee. Concur. Meaning to agree, share the same opinion, or to act together in harmony. I. Sentence, experts concur that climate change is a serious issue. Condone. Meaning to accept or forgive behavior that is morally wrong or to treat it as if it were not serious, effectively allowing it to happen or be overlooked. Sentence, the company will not condone such behavior among its employees. Conspicuous. Meaning clearly visible, attracting attention, or easily noticed because of being unusual or striking. Sentence, the bright yellow sign was conspicuous, making it easy for motorists to see from a distance. Contrite. Meaning to be genuinely sorry and remorseful for something wrong you've done, often accompanied by guilt and a desire to make amends. Sentence, her expression was contrite after she realized her hurtful words. Copious. Meaning large in amount or quantity, abundant, or plentiful, often implying more than enough. Sentence, he took copious notes during the lecture. Credible. Meaning, is able to be believed or trusted. Sentence, the news report was based on credible information. Debilitate. Meaning, to make someone or something physically or mentally weaker. Sentence, a debilitating illness can leave a person feeling extremely tired and weak. Decipher. Meaning to understand, interpret, or make out the meaning of something difficult to read or understand. Sentence, the archaeologists spent years deciphering the ancient hieroglyphs. Deference. Meaning, behavior or words that show respect for someone or something, especially due to their age, knowledge, experience, power, or position. Sentence, a smart lawyer is always deferential to a judge. Defunct. Meaning, no longer existing, living, working, or functioning. Sentence, though the car was defunct, he knew that with the right parts and some hard work he could restore it. Deliberate. Meaning, to think about something carefully before making a decision or to be done on purpose or intentionally rather than by accident. Sentence, she deliberated over the job offer for weeks before accepting it. Denounce. Meaning to criticize or condemn something or someone strongly and publicly, or to formally accuse them of wrongdoing. Sentence, many people denounced their neighbors to the secret police. Depravity. Meaning, to the state or an act of being morally corrupt, wicked, or evil, involving a severe impairment of one's moral principles and virtue. Sentence, people were shocked by the depravity of her actions. Deride. Meaning, to express or treat someone or something with contempt, often by showing disrespect or by laughing at them because you think they are stupid or worthless. Sentence, the proposal was derided by the community as unrealistic. Despot. Meaning, a leader who uses great power in a cruel, oppressive, and absolute way. Sentence, she managed her household's budgets like a despot, making all the final decisions. Dexterous. Meaning, skillful and clever, particularly with the hands or in a mental sense, capable of performing complex tasks with grace and precision. Sentence, the movie is a dexterous retelling of a classic love story. Didactic. Meaning, describes something intended to teach, instruct, or convey a moral lesson, often in a way that is overly preachy or tiresome. Sentence, the teacher's didactic approach made the complex subject matter much easier to understand for the student. Digress. Meaning, to temporarily depart from the main subject or argument in speech or writing, often by introducing a related or even unrelated thought or anecdote. Sentence, she always digresses when telling a story. Diligent. Meaning, showing great care, effort, and persistence in your work or studies. Sentence, the diligent student always completed her homework before playing with friends. Disdain. Meaning, the feeling of not liking someone or something and thinking that they do not deserve your interest or respect. Sentence, she couldn't hide her disdain for the cheap new restaurant that opened downtown. Disparage. Meaning, to criticize someone or something in a way that shows you do not respect or value him, her, or it. Sentence, some viewers disparaged the film as lacking substance. Disparate. Meaning, is fundamentally different or distinct in quality or kind, so much so that the things cannot be easily compared or brought together. Sentence, the software was designed to connect vast, disparate datasets. Dispel. Meaning, to make something, especially a feeling, belief, or misconception, go away or disappear, effectively driving it off or scattering it. Sentence, his confident presentation dispelled any worries the team had about the project. Disseminate. Meaning, to spread or give out information, news, or ideas widely to a large number of people. Sentence, the goal is to disseminate knowledge and facts about climate change. Dogged. Meaning, showing determination and persistence, especially in the face of difficulty or long effort. Sentence, her dogged persistence in researching the disease eventually led to a cure. Ebullient. Meaning, describes someone who is full of energy, enthusiasm, and good humor. Sentence, the ebullient president was known for his lively personality. Eccentric. Meaning, primarily means unusual or unconventional in behavior, appearance, or thought. Sentence, her clothing was eccentric and showed her unique style.